I just like this so much, my gorgeous Torini, indeed, because at the beginning of this week, this really good news that you're actually going to have, it's really going to surprise you. This is indeed going to be different in so many different ways. So this good news that you're going to have, on one hand, it's going to surprise you completely, but then on another hand, it's more about the actual understanding of the specific situation in your life. This good news, it's going to open your eyes and it's going to bring a clarity into your life. It's not so much about what this good news is going to be about, but it's more about what clarity you're actually going to gain through this. It's going to open your eyes, and most importantly, it's going to help you to see the specific problem from a completely different perspective. And this is going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be such a like, oh my God moment, but the good oh my God moment, of course, because now you will kind of have a really powerful sense of direction at that moment in time, and you will know that oh my God, the specific things in your life are going to start changing slowly but surely. You are going to go into this planning mode when it comes to your future, and you are going to like it. After that moment in time, I can see that you're going to be chilling out, you're going to be having a little break, you're going to be relaxing, whether you're going to be meditating or whether you're going to be doing something along those lines. After this little break, you are going to, in a very short amount of time, if I can say like that, recharge your batteries. And that in itself is going to bring this mental clarity. And this mental clarity, it's all about this confirmation with yourself. Are you really going to do this? Do you really want to do this? And then you're going to realize, of course I do. But then at the same time, you're not going to be able to do this unless you move on with your life. And what you're not going to be aware of is that all this process and progress, everything that I mentioned so far, you're already moving on with your life. And you're not going to realize this, but it's only when it comes to the end, after all this, when you're going to become aware of this, and you are really going to know that, now I just, I just want to move on with my life. Like for the first time in absolute ages, you're going to feel so adamant, you're going to feel so keen and so eager to kind of like really make dramatic and drastic changes into your life. So therefore, you are finding yourself on a spiritual quest, or not just any spiritual quest, but probably one of the most powerful spiritual quests of your life. Right at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Torini, you are going to feel so good. You're going to feel so optimistic. You're going to feel so positive. You're going to feel so, you are going to have this really, really powerful vibration around you. But the bottom line is you're going to feel so good. And at that moment in time, you will know what is making you feel good. You will know it's not only about feeling good, but you will know exactly what made you feel that way. You tapped into something, my gorgeous Torini, already, so now you just need to carry on with this. It is leading you, this good feeling, it's actually leading you towards you needing to understand that there is something specific that you need to explore. There is something that you need to learn. There is something that you need to expand your knowledge with. This in itself, it's really kind of gonna be absolutely obvious to you, because you are gonna feel so excited and so keen to actually do this. And then you are going to have a very much so interesting idea here. And the interesting idea that you're also going to have, it's going to surprise you. But then again, at the same time, it is all about like kind of you thinking at the same time how you can you realizing that you are going to need to sacrifice something. You are going to need to sacrifice something, and this idea that you're going to have, it's going to really be so important, because while you're having this idea, when you realize that you're going to need to sacrifice something, this is going to be like kind of good sacrifice. But while you are having this idea, it's important to mention it's more about you realizing that you've got everything that you need need in order to actually kind of like a dive into this stage of your life, immediately. So it's not about sacrifice as such, but it's more about the realization that you've got everything that you possibly need in order to kind of start this very, very special journey in your life. And this in itself, it's going to be so important, because it's also going to play a key role when it comes to you connecting and reconnecting with the people in your life that you should be connecting and reconnecting with. Okay, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Torini, you need to understand that there is a certain risk that you are going to make, and the risk that you are going to need to take, it's like a base that you are going to take, it's going to come to you completely intuitively, and there is going to be a very kind of like a super unusual but a very, very positive sign around that time while you're thinking about it. When you become intuitively aware, there is going to be a very much so a powerful sign, very positive and powerful sign that this is exactly what you should do. And this, by you taking risk, my gorgeous Torini, you will know what am I talking about, because this is going to come to you intuitively, and there is going to be very, very positive sign around it, and that in itself, it's also, that risk is going to make your life, a quality of life so much better through your own independence. But at the same time, that risk is also like a kind of you thinking that this is like a risk, but it's not. It's like more about your own current state of mind about that particular situation in your life. So this is how you're gonna see that this is some kind of a risk that you're needing to take, and this is you trusting someone who you wouldn't normally trust. Okay, and when it comes to that situation, you really have to listen to your intuition. This is very, very important indeed. It's about trusting to someone who you wouldn't normally trust, but it's more about what is going to be happening at the time and why you're seeing this as a risk. At the same time, you just need to be clear, you just need to be direct, and you just need to kind of explain yourself as much as you possibly can. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Torinich, you know what? It's all about this process of change. It's already starting. And this is what the last part of this week is actually going to bring you. When I say that the process of change is going to start, now you will see that basically there is something that you are going to be presented with. There is something that you're going to be presented with, to start with. And what are you going to be presented with? It's really going to surprise you how you're actually going to feel about it. And that in itself means that you are reaching a crucial part of your spiritual journey, where you're going to be able to completely understand why did you change so much and what changed you. When you realize what changed you, at the same time you are going to become aware of probably one of the most important lessons of your life. But most importantly, when you realize what changed you, it's at the same time going to be such a significant moment, because it's going to make you aware of the fact that there is an absolutely mind-blowing step and move that you are going to need to make. This mind-blowing step and move that you are going to need to make is going to consist of a couple of different things. Number one, it's you doing something absolutely enormous when it comes to your immediate environment, but when it comes to number two, it's a lot to do with somebody specific in your life that you have something unresolved with, and that person is going to be highlighted. And this is all part of this amazing change that you're going to become aware of. But this change, it's more about the way you changed and the way you changed while you're looking at the certain things in your life, because you have to sort out a problem in between you and somebody else. The last part of this week, it's all about the change and how much you've actually changed, but also more leading towards this moment. The time is right, my gorgeous Torini, for you to have a very important discussion with somebody somebody who hurt you, but that person didn't mean to hurt you, and somebody who you have fallen out with, and now the things are still not okay in between you two. It kind of became okay, and then you drifted apart again. You're both trying, but it's not working. But this is to do with somebody really prominent in your life, somebody like maybe like a family member and things like that, or like a great friend, like a really amazing friend. So you just need to forget about these words that have hurt you, something that happened in between you two. You just need to really understand that you do have to like resolve some kind of problem and issue with one specific person in your life. And that in itself, it's like, I don't need to tell you this, because now this is what this change is bringing you. It's going to highlight the important people in your life, and all the negativity and rubbish, it's going to fall off. You know, all the unnecessary layers when it comes to you thinking about specific people in your life. And all what you're gonna see is their emotions, and you're not gonna care about anything else, about anything that happened in between you two beforehand. So I can see this beautiful power within you, this beautiful passion, how passionate you're gonna feel in order to kind of talk and come to the bottom of what happened in between you two. Okay, my gorgeous Torini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. I love you. Bye.